Today I'm going to show you how to paint daisies or other white flowers using negative space painting.
Hi friends, I'm Olga Koelsch, watercolor artist, teacher and a book author. Welcome to my studio.
First of all, I have to prepare a good amount of different hues of green. For example, I have sap green, I have hookah green deep. Make a lot of preparation, and as you probably already know from my courses, the quicker the painting will be, the more preparations we have to do in advance. I would like to also use some raw sienna and imagine where my daisies will be, maybe 1, 2 and the third one. Let's start with 3. So I use something middle saturated green, and with the tip of the brush I paint a funny shape outline like this, and then I paint another shape, funny shape like kids painting clouds, and one more. It's nice when they're a little bit different, located differently. And then we have to do very quick painting. So I just make a wash using all my pre-mixed greens, mixing them all together in between. You see, I just use different puddles, and I make a big wash, which also includes these outlines we created. So once I touch with my brush the edge of this outline, it will be connected to my wash. But I have to do that quickly, otherwise it will just dry out. And in the meantime, I'm not forgetting to mix paints within my wash. You see, it's really fun to add some sparkles of yellow around and some darker mix. For example, in between these two flowers can be a bit darker green puddle. I'm not overthinking this. I really have to move forward and move relatively quick, and I also have a look on both directions, left and right, so I'm not missing anything. Connecting to the shape. If the shape, this outline gets a bit dry, doesn't matter, you can paint a little bit over. If you will be painting on larger sizes, A4, A3, you can add these outlines one by one, step by step, so to say. I would like to spontaneously add a bit of ultramarine blue into my bottom mixes, because on the top there is a lot of sunshine, and on the very bottom it's very shady part. I will quickly add a bit of shadows right here, a bit of shady part, so the more you move towards the bottom, towards the end of your paper, the darker that can be. I will also make another mix. Some daisies, they have a little bit of pink edges on the petals, so I use one of my pinks, very diluted, very light. I will also use yellow ochre, and with the tip of the brush I will start with the middles. Firstly, I arrange very fine, very small dots, but the more I move towards the end of this pollen area, I can apply a little bit bigger brush strokes to create the shape of this yellow pot. Don't overthink it. A little bit less on the top, a little bit more on the bottom. Then comes the fun thing. I have clean damp brush, and I can bathe my brush in my pink mix as well, and I just move my brush from top to the flower center in a bit curvy ways, S strokes, using sometimes this not dry yet area, just to dragging it into the flower, basically just like this. And I can add a bit of pink. I like to add a little bit of pink around onto some petals, and that's already nice enough. I will quickly move to the next one. I'm sorry, today it's a bit of speed painting, and I hope you can just watch it again, and then once you get what I'm doing, you can watch it, paint it again more relaxed. So right now, again, the middle, a little bit less on the top, a bit more on the bottom. Then I wash my brush, bathe it in the pink. Starting from top, I make brush strokes just from outside to inside. Sometimes the background can be already dry. That would not allow you to drag much color into, but that's fine. That will bring the diversity into your brush strokes. Sometimes they can be a bit dry, sometimes they can be a bit softer. A little bit more of pink. Move your hand around, but always try to reach the flower center. And once again, this one will be looking towards the petals, towards the other guys. Small dots on the top, bigger brush strokes, a little bit bigger, not that much bigger on the bottom. You can always add something to the middle. It's important to know where to start and where to bring all these brush strokes. Pink mix, you can go and reload your brush if necessary. Pink mix. I try to start a little bit from outside of the background. Sometimes it creates this halo, but in this painting it's abstract, it's spontaneous, loose painting. I don't mind to have that. Find a convenient position for your wrist, for your arm to move. All brush strokes should be connected to the flower center. We'll use a toothbrush I have specifically for these purposes, and I just add some splashes, but mostly on the top, because all this eventful life is happening on the sunlight and the rest is hidden in the shadow. So now we can breathe out and add details. First of all, I would like to wash my brush, dry it with a paper towel, clean brush, and just for the bottom petals, I try to drag down or drag into the white area some of background. If you have just clean damp brush, that will be easy. Your brush will grab some paints from the outside and it will bring it to the white area. You can apply a little bit pressure. Synthetic brushes are great for this. Just like this. You see, now we made it a little bit settled more organically. Then I wash my brush again, dry it with a paper towel, and repeating this trick. I like to do that only for the bottom petals. They're usually a little bit in the shadow, so therefore we're making them darker in this way, darker and more settled in the surrounding area. If you see that, for example, this is super dry, you can grab paints you used for the background, dilute them a lot, and just do the same thing, just with the mix a little bit, only for the top or only for the bottom petals, like this. Now I would like to add a couple of stems. I have my bold mix. It's ultramarine blue mixed, I guess, with hookah green deep. I can add a bit of burnt sienna, make it darker, and then add some stems. Just quick brush strokes. Some other stems or grass. Sometimes I like to make my brush dancing. I hold my brush at the very top and just move my hand a bit randomly around. Not so much, don't want to overdo it. Let's add a couple of typical buds, just basically shape, kind of brush stroke. Buds. As a final touch, I would like to add a little bit more of contrast to this light yellow area. I use burnt sienna. I will mix it with yellow. So technically I'm just making my yellow darker. And then with the tip of the brush, I will add another layer, but just at the very bottom. And a little bit limited amount of those drops for the contrast. So as you see, it's very spontaneous, and of course you can work more around. For example, take the pink mix, super diluted one, add a bit of pink touch to some petals if you like. All in all, it's basically it. The more you go to the top, the lighter should be your mix you use for the stems, because the lighter, the more sunshine is there, and that will look much more truthful. Let's remove, it's some nice butterfly happened to be here. I think I just leave it, maybe add some antennas. Let's see. But firstly I will remove the paper type. And I think I'm happy with my daisies, and I hope you're happy with your daisies as well.
Thank you so much for painting with me. I hope you enjoyed the process. I hope you learned something new. Please let me know in comments what would you like to paint next, and see you soon. Bye bye.